It's big dog season, and you can't stay still because you want it. Talk that talk, George. You still scraping your plate because you're hungry. Talk that talk.
Right now, we're going to turn to Sean Diddy Combs' trial. The prosecution's star witness, Cassie Ventura, due back on the stand this morning to face cross-examination after 2 days of testimony alleging years of abuse. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katursky is at the court. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, George. And for those 2 days, Cassie Ventura told the jury here that Sean Combs' frequent beatings, humiliating threats, and incessant sexual demands left her drug addicted, psychologically damaged, and suicidal. Moments from now, his attorneys will try to paint a different picture. This morning, the cross-examination of the government star witness, Cassie Ventura, ex-girlfriend of Sean Combs.
I would rather lose a lover than a lover loser.
The jury heard her gripping and graphic account of their volatile and violent 11-year relationship. She said she felt trapped in a life of physical and sexual abuse she could not escape because he had blackmail material, derogatory, humiliating video of hundreds of encounters with male sex workers that Combs said would ruin her. Jurors saw still images from the sex videos, Ventura softly telling them, "That's me." Asked why she agreed to testify against Combs, Ventura responding, "I can't carry this anymore. I can't carry the shame, the guilt. I'm here to do the right thing." Until her testimony, it had been more than 6 years since Combs and Ventura were in the same room. One of the last times she saw him, she alleged he raped her in her apartment. "I just remember crying and saying no." After undergoing treatment for drug addiction and trauma, Ventura sued Combs, alleging a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking. They settled the next day, Ventura revealing for the first time the amount, $20 million. The jury saw evidence of violence on this 2016 hotel security camera footage. Ventura said she was trying to escape a freak-off when Combs chased her down, threw her to the ground, and stomped on her. Jurors saw a text message she sent him afterwards, "I have a black eye and a fat lip. You are sick for thinking it's okay to do what you have done." 2 days later, she and Combs appeared on the red carpet at the premiere of her movie, The Perfect Match.
Not sure that you're my type, Charlie, but I like that about you.
E! News asking her about her relationship with Combs.
Was it love at first sight with your boyfriend?
It was a long time ago.
What makes you guys work?
Well, I think what makes any relationship work, if it is working, is, just not talking about it too much and just keeping it close to your heart.
Ventura said she wore quite a bit of makeup to cover the bruises, though she pointed out photos like this from the after party where traces are still visible. Ventura admitting she at times initiated violence, recalling punching Combs in the face after he called her a derogatory name. The beating she said she received in return was so bad, Combs forced her to remain in a hotel room for more than a week to heal. "You treat me like you're Ike Turner," Ventura once messaged him, comparing Combs to the abusive ex-husband of Tina Turner. Defense attorneys concede the relationship was toxic and violent, but say Ventura made a free choice to stay in it.
So what we're going to see on Cassie's cross-examination is they are going to poke holes at the things that they believe show that she was under Sean's control and that she wasn't free to leave and that some of these things were not consensual. And so the defense is really looking for anything and everything that she has stated on the stand that can show that she was actually a willing participant, she was aware of the choices she was making, and that she was free to leave at any time.
The defense insists that Cassie Ventura was not being sex trafficked. Now, her cross-examination is expected to last all day, probably into tomorrow, guys. But federal prosecutors told the judge she must be off the witness stand by the end of the day on Friday because she could go into labor at any moment. Guys?
And we know you'll be there for all of it. And okay, thanks very much. All of you at home can see Aaron and legal experts examine the case against Sean Combs on Impact by Nightline. That's streaming now on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, May 15th. The year is 2025. So, Diddy's trial has started. Cassie has spent his ex-girlfriend has spent the past few days testifying with some pretty, I think, shocking revelations. I mean, my goodness, this is. But even with Cassie's testimony, I think the feds gonna have a problem here, y'all. Something's not right here. And I'm trying to understand why they would spend so much time with Cassie when she is just a witness. A lot of time being spent with her discussing their sex life, drug use, whatever they went through together there, although he's not charged with anything related to her. The question I'm having is, if the feds are trying to prove RICO and all this stuff against him, they better have some other really good evidence waiting with other people who are testifying in this trial, because they spend a lot of time with her. And where's the meat and potatoes? Yeah, this is shocking, but where is the evidence that this man is, the stuff that he's charged with? It's a federal case here. And this is concerning because I don't think they got it, y'all. Nah, something ain't right here, because just for them to spend so much time with Cassie lets me know something's not right with this trial here, this case. I mean, first off, we already know that it's very complicated and difficult to convict a celebrity, a well-known celebrity, that the public already has a image about. Prime example is O.J. Simpson. We all know O.J. Simpson killed Nicole. We know he killed that woman. The jury found him not guilty. The prosecution was not able to get past the celebrity that O.J. Simpson was. And the people voted for the celebrity. The jurors voted for the celebrity. They didn't see him as guilty of these crimes. The crime that he was convicted of, sentenced to. O.J. Simpson, the charges against him, he beat them because they just didn't, at that time, Marshall Clark and the people working on the prosecution, they got it wrong. And they didn't do enough things to tear down who O.J. Simpson was. Now, in this case with Diddy, I think they're trying to tear down who he is. And this stuff sounds rather shocking, but where's the meat and potatoes here? Something wrong here. Because this man is charged with some very serious charges here, so where's the meat, where's the potatoes, this is shocking with Cassie, sorry you went through that, honey. Well, okay, where's the RICO stuff at? Where's the stuff at? And I think this is where they're going to lose this case. They're going to lose this case because they simply they may not have the goods, y'all. They just don't have it. Well, I forgive y'all for all that noise in the background. I may have to move this video inside because the wind's blowing and somebody's trimming some bushes next door. In fact, let's just move inside to be a little bit quiet. I was hoping he would be over there trimming up my neighbor's bushes. Yeah, I don't think they got the evidence here, y'all. I just don't see it. I don't think they got the evidence. They're trying to tear Diddy down, make him out to be a really bad guy by bringing Cassie's in with all that sexual innuendo and all that stuff. Yeah, I think it's terrible that what Cassie went through, but I don't think we got the evidence. We've heard or seen the evidence that's going to show where this man is. He's charged with some very serious stuff. So my question would be: is how do they think that they're going to beat these charges? Oh, I can turn this air on and hear, Lord, it's hot in this damn house. Hold on, turn the air conditioner on. Good Lord. I didn't turn the air off last night, trying to conserve some energy around here. But it's time to turn the air on. Let's see. This is off. Oh, y'all see my fireplace back there? I redid the fireplace. I was going to post some pictures. I'll post them today. Redid the fireplace finally. It was dated as hell. My workers came. They redid the fireplace. You see it. It looks, still working on this old raggedy house on your TV show. This old raggedy house. Starring Walter Hampton and the Illegal Mexicans. Well, ice running around the damn camp. The Mexicans hiding inside the house. Y'all don't go out there. You got ice out there. Finish up that fireplace before you go out there, though, because I know y'all may not be able to make it back. Yeah, there's something kind of off here. If these people got Diddy, if the feds are charging him with RICO and all this other stuff, we off to a bad start because what are we doing here? So it's just the beginning. So I'd be curious to see. They're trying to paint this picture that Diddy is this really horrible person. Now, Cassie. I mean, it's a lot to unpack here. What Cassie has been saying in this trial. I mean, there's a lot to unpack. We've heard the stuff. I mean, I listened to what she was saying. That girl was only 19 years of age when she met this man. She was 19, and I think he was about 38, 39, close to 40 years of age. So he was 20 years old. But the thing that concerns me about Diddy, that sometimes Diddy was a 40-year-old billionaire at that point. And this is what this man was choosing to do with his time. So every time they have these people who are involved in these types of cases like this, y'all can find nothing else to do with y'all. Y'all got all this money. Y'all could be doing so much shit, and y'all doing 4-day sex parties with inflatable pool filled with baby oil. Whatever becomes of the situation, Diddy put himself in this position. Y'all, I've never in my life heard such crazy shit in my entire life. I know we got some crazy freaks out here, but good Lord, is that what money do to you? Money make you this damn stupid and insane? Money make you this crazy? Something never gave you niggas money. My goodness, that man can find nothing else to do with his life. And look at all the people he destroyed. He destroyed a lot of people, a lot of artists who went through Diddy. I've heard the rumors over the years. He destroyed a lot of people's lives. That man he's a monster. He is a monster. So whatever comes out of this, he got it coming. He did it to himself. Yeah, he definitely got it coming. That man is sick. And Cassie, she was just too young. And man had so much power and lied to her. He's going to help her with her career. He's going to do this, he's going to do this and that. Stuff that he could have very well have done. He didn't do it once he made her into his sex slave. She was trapped. He wasn't going to give her that play. They made music that was never released. He never had any intentions of releasing music. He used her for his sexual desires only years and years and years and years and years ago in the early 90s. I would hear rumors about guys in Atlanta and how they would get these young guys. And they would get in a relationship with a younger guy, and then the guy would be used for all type of sex things with strangers. This man, the older guy, would bring in strangers and make the younger guy have sex with all these people, kind of like what Cassie what Diddy was doing with Cassie and these male prostitutes. A lot of these guys are sick. They live these fantasies, these fetishes out using somebody else. They wouldn't participate in it. They put you out there because he didn't have participate. He just watched, so he don't have to worry about HIV and herpes and syphilis and gonorrhea because he ain't doing shit. He just sitting there watching. So I've heard about this type of stuff happening, and I would see these guys, young, attractive guys, and then after a few years they look horrible. Many of them died from AIDS. They were abused and used by these monsters. And I would hear these stories and watch him. Don't have nothing to do with this person. And, as I got older, and I would watch this person, you hear this so often that you would say, "Okay, this got to be some truth to this stuff." But we all know that sex trafficking exists. That people take advantage of people for their sexual desires. And Diddy used Cassie and other women for his sexual desires on the pretense that he was going to help them have a music career or something along the way. And it just didn't happen. So a lot of artists, that whole music industry, a lot of artists who were able to break free from that. And I think Rihanna, when she first got started, I think there was some rumblings about something that happened between her and Jay-Z. I remember hearing that. Well, all I can say is, hey, sometimes people, it's unfortunate these decisions were made and that these women made these horrible decisions. And in some cases, I don't necessarily think that was their decision. I don't necessarily think that. I think they were forced into this. I think Cassie was forced into this. She was so young and naive. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't hear shit y'all got to say about that nasty ass discussion Diddy. Diddy forced these women. He took advantage of these people. Be very careful the surroundings you with. When you're around these rich, wealthy pedophiles, the only thing I can think of are these sick bastards. Where was her family members? Where was her friends? That she trusted this man, and then she did the things that he asked her to do. He took advantage of her. He forced her to do some of this stuff. And I don't want to hear nothing you niggas got to say about, she did it on her own. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. We all know. I know what took place here, and I feel sorry for Cassie. And Diddy's going to get him exactly what he got coming in that courtroom. That's what he says is sitting there. Now, with that said, though, come on now. The feds going to have to really step up their game, because what y'all done charged him with and what we see going on in the courtroom ain't adding up. Yeah, it's horrible what he did. Yeah, it is. Terrible. Disgusting. Vile. Filthy. Terrible what he did to her. But this ain't Rico. Y'all done charged this man with a whole bunch of shit. You denied him bond and all this other stuff. So let's see what the rest of the case pretends to be. We off to a bad start, y'all. If this is the meat and potatoes of their case, they in trouble. Because they got to get this jury to agree that Diddy is this monster. He did the stuff, these horrible crimes, but I ain't seen the evidence yet. Where's the evidence? They had sex. They had sex with strangers. They had sex with escorts. She wasn't tied up and beat and raped. He manipulated her and lied to her and played games with her and did some horrible things to her with promise of helping her with a music career. And unfortunately, I hate that happened, but this ain't Rico. But let's give it some time. The case just getting started. Day 3 to 4, I think they just testified again today. But so far, normally you would think they'd come out, the prosecution would come out with some very serious stuff like, but they're bringing this out, and I don't think this is good enough to convict. Yeah. Let's just see what happens. My thoughts, my opinions, but y'all, remember now, OJ was charged with murder. Accused of killing Nicole and that other guy, I can't think his name, which is weird because I watched the whole thing back in the 90s. I said they were popcorn and every day. Watched every day. Couldn't wait for that O.J. Simpson trial. I think we all watched it. And the jury came back not guilty. They could not get past the celebrity that O.J. Simpson was. We all had an idea in our mind that O.J. Simpson was a good guy and he couldn't have done this. Are they going to run into the same problem with Diddy? Maybe that's why they got Cassie up there first. Let's bring this man down to who he really is. Let's really show these jurors who this man is. Now we're going to bring in the meat and potatoes to the case. That's the only thing I can think of. But by this time, the jury wore out from dealing with Cassie. Oh, child, they didn't take it now, y'all. Oh, I'm tired, y'all. Can we have a few days off? Because this testimony wore us out. We can't go move forward. They permit dealing with this stuff. Now, I understand what they're trying to do, but they better have some serious evidence to prove what he's charged with. And this ain't it. What they're pretending so far, it ain't it, y'all. It ain't it. So, we'll see. I think Diddy's a horrible person. Like I said, whatever he got coming for his foolishness. You got all this money, wealth, and fame, and this is what you fucking do with your time? Could y'all imagine? I've had some money in my lifetime, and I've had some things I could have did. I would never, ever has it entered my mind, I'm going to have it. I like sex just as much as another person, but I'm not crazy about sex. Where does this mentality come from? And they didn't lock up a lot of these people. I still haven't seen what's going on with them old men, the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, because I'm curious how that went down, because I know people, I've heard about for years about that CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch and the models, or how he did those models. And them were some white folks. So it should be very curious to see how that go, how that works out. Have you all been paying attention to the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch and what happened? He was arrested and charged. That man down damn near 80-something years of age. In his 80s or late 70s or something. He old. He was doing this shit back in the 80s and 90s. Y'all got all this money, wealth, and fame, and this is what y'all do. You go out and you get young folks and force them to have sex with. Y'all living out these fantasies. I'm so glad my mind is not caught up in this warped shit that these niggas, these crazy people do. Anyway, I gotta get me some of these. I gotta get some breakfast. I haven't really ate anything. I would admit, y'all, ever since Earl passed away, eating has become really kind of hard for me. It's not, my appetite has dropped significantly. So I have to force myself to kind of eat. And last night, y'all, I had the craziest dreams. Ever since Earl passed away, I've had the most crazy dreams of talking with Earl. We were somewhere talking. We were just talking up a storm. The conversation was going so great and everything. We were laughing, talking. And then I woke up. I literally sat up in bed, y'all. I sat on the side of the bed thinking, this is a fucking dream. It's a dream. Seems so real. And I've had so many dreams like that, y'all. So this has not been an easy path at all. Not been easy. It just hasn't been. Yep, it's not been easy. Has not been easy. So ain't nothing I can do but take it one day at a time. And that's what I'm doing. So I can, we'll see. Anyway, I'm just trying my best to, anyway. Today is Thursday, May 15th. The year is 2025. I look forward to reading you all's thoughts and see what you all think about this stuff. And I'll call you out. I'll call you back. We'll do another video later. Let me give me something to eat so I can get my day started. I got a bunch of stuff I need to do. It's already 12 noon. I ain't ate shit yet. All right, I'm out of here. And I'll speak to you all later. Have a great Thursday.